Hello viewers, my name is Kizito Osimnobi Ibe, welcoming you to another edition of Point Blank. At this edition, 2019 is election year in Nigeria, as stipulated in the Federal Republic of Nigerian Constitution. Every elective position lasts for 4 years. Many people are on this race on different levels. In Imo State, for instance, the stake is so high, it is very difficult to predict who occupies government house come 2019. No matter what the situation is, somebody will be there. I have with me in the studio a new entrant into this game called politics, who is going, by special grace of God, occupy the seat. I want to welcome to the studio a gentleman with no comparison, an administrator and an achiever. Please help me welcome Chief Dr. Nat C. Oba, the People's Redemption Party's gubernatorial candidate in Imo State. Doc, welcome to the program.
Welcome, sir.
Also with me in the studio is a man who has an answer to every question. He is a lecturer, a community motivator, and a visionary. I have the honor to welcome to the studio Mr. Frank Nnemeka Ezendokwe.
Good day, viewers.
Welcome to you.
Thank you so much.
Let me start with you, Dr. Oba. Some of your friends were like surprised when the news filtered in about your candidacy. Initially, before the primaries, some took it to be a joke, but after the primaries and you won, the tune changed. Why do you delve into politics in the first place?
Well, I believe everything in life is politics.
Yes.
Politics is everywhere in your house. You play politics with your wife, your children, and this is a vision that God has designed that has to take place at this time, that we need our people to be alive one more time. So it's something that God has designed, and I give God glory for that.
And this is the time for it to materialize.
Manifest, yes, exactly.
Mr. Frank, you are going to be the Deputy Governor of Imo State by the special grace of God. And going by your background, it seems that like politics run in your bloodstream.
Well, it's not as if politics runs in anybody's bloodstream. Politics is circumstantial. The fact is that the passion, the commitment, the dedication to serve and leave the world better than I met it is what is propelling me. And the only platform to do that is when people entrust in you the mandate to control the apparatus of government. And that is it. For politics, it's all about service. But the concept of leadership has been quite misconstrued within our own Nigerian environment. For them, leadership or political position is an opportunity to amass wealth, to enrich themselves, to favor their cronies, and then get into unnecessary payback for supposedly animosities of the past.
Oh, okay, quickly, you work for Rochas Foundation, who is the current governor of Imo State. What transpired that you decided to quit Rochas regime?
The foundation is a separate thing from the political administration of Rochas. The foundation is a philanthropic endeavor to give free education to the children. However, by my nature, I like experiencing upward movement, looking for greener pasture, and getting my hands involved in so many things. I couldn't have remained in Rochas Foundation all my life. So I needed to move on. I needed to get myself engaged in the higher challenges and demands. That's it.
Dr. Oba,
Yes, sir.
what are your chances of winning this election, since your party, PRP, is not among the big threats that control, especially Imo State?
You see, when we talk about parties in Nigeria, especially in Imo State, people misconstrue the intention of people's mind. I've got PDP or APC. I don't know, just because, why are we talking about these three parties? We have some other parties that are more lively than these three parties. All these political harlots moving from one party to the other, that the one messing the name parties up. And the young ones like us, our party is not even a young one. It's an old party.
PRP has been in existence for some time. Yeah. So, but its popularity, especially in Imo State, is what I'm doubting for.
That will not make any difference. PRP as a stand owns Imo State right now. PRP is going to win Imo State by all indication.
Frank, do you have anything to add to that?
What I want to say is that history has shown that Imolites are so enlightened that they don't believe in political party. And Nigerian political exercises have not taken the shape of ideological inclination. So none of the party can boast of having an ideological inclination, an ideological stand that propels the activities. What they do is, I call it fair weather politics. They look for where their interests will be protected. Let me give you an example. When Hakim became a governor of Imo State, he never ran under any major political party. I'm not sure PPA had an office in the entire Imo State, but he became a governor. Imolites are enlightened. Imolites are determined people. Imolites are focused. They will give you opportunity, but the moment you misuse that opportunity, they take it away. And so I am very sure that His Excellency Dr. Natubasi Uba has all the attributes needed at this moment to move Imo State to the next level. He has the commitment, he has the dedication. What is important in administration or in leadership or in service is the compassion to consider the interests of the masses. That is the most important.
Okay, I will come back to that. Now we are talking about like political culture. What are your strategies to get to the grassroots, especially because, like I said before, what rules in Nigeria is this is a big party and a small party. Then the average woman or man in the village who is not literate enough to distinguish the difference between party and the candidate. So what are your strategies to make sure that all these grassroots are covered and your party is well positioned to win the election?
Winning an election has a multi-dimensional approach, but chiefly among them is that you must have a message to give to the people. You must have the capacity to send out that message in a manner they will understand where you are going. It is all about followership. They should know that they are all partakers in what happens in the government. It is not your thing. The political position is not a personal property. You shouldn't let it be a personal property. Democracy is an exercise that involves the people.
Yes.
Its essence lies in the mandate of the people.
You carry people along.
So you need to let the people know. The culture, the political culture in Nigeria is awkward. Because there is this huge gap between the rulers and the ruled. Yes. What we want to do and what we are going to do and what we have determined to do, His Excellency is determined to do that, is that we need to reach out to the people. We need to change the orientation. We need to create the awareness that governance is a collective thing. It's not a personal property.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Oba, in some quarters, some see your adventure into Imo State politics as a fluke if you become the governor. Can you prove this pundits right by enlightening our audience, especially Imolites, what they expect if you become a governor of Imo State?
Before I answer that, let me just put a word from what my deputy said. Talking about message, we have a message that no other candidate in Imo State has. We have watched the trend of politicking in Imo State for over 20 years. None of them has produced anything that visible and acceptable in Imo State. And that is why we are very, very distinguished from all of them. The election this year, like I've said earlier, is going to be purely by character and integrity. It's not going to be because of the party or who is on that party. Imo State citizens are tired of all these heavyweights promising them and buying their soul with money. We are not into that game. We're going to give them a message that's going to touch their soul, and we're going to say exactly what we're going to do. We are all for business that are going to benefit Imo State, not because of their money.
Okay, let's assume that your message, which we are about to hear now, works for you and you become the governor. Now tell us what and what are we, how are we going to begin?
Imo State, we are going to play fairness, opportunity, and justice for all.
Okay.
Basically, that's what we're going to base our decision. And we have things that Imo State are looking for. Give it to them.
Can we give it to them the things we are looking?
We are looking about creating jobs for all. Most importantly, jobs. And how are we going to achieve that? We're going to start by creating infrastructures, industries, and schools, technical schools, that where our young youths going to benefit from. Not everyone going to be a doctor, engineers. We have all these gifted citizens, young ones, lavishing on the streets, that can produce something with their hands. And nobody has ever talked about instituting a technical school. If you don't have the brain to read, you can go and learn how to work.
A mechanical...
And that's exactly what we need to create opportunity for everybody.
Okay, these technical schools, which is a good thing because everybody, most of our Imolites I know are very skillful. Okay, these technical schools, is it going to be situated in one place or the three senatorial districts or each community?
It's not going to be based on each community. This is going to be a government funding institutions. We plan to put one school in one senatorial area. One in Okigwe, Owerri, and Olu.
Okay.
So that the distance will not be too much for students.
Attending students.
Exactly.
Okay. This you talk about education, technical schools. What about hospitals? And because so many people are dying in Imo State, they have the means of going to hospital and receiving medical attention is very, very hard. So what is your plan about that?
I don't think we want to unfold everything we have, because this is a...
I think the Imolites who will be watching this program will like to hear, because this is part of the evangelization, the campaign. So they would like to hear exactly what their governor will do for them when they vote for him. Because this
campaign is about to start.
Yes.
If it has not started. And they will have opponents that are watching to tap from your brain. I'm coming from the diaspora, and our message is different from the ones in the village. So we have some reservation, and we don't want to blow everything.
Okay, Mr. Frank, I know, what about the roads and I think because most of our roads there are not motorable. So what is the administration going to do if you people, by God's grace, take the mantle of leadership?
What we are going to do, in a nutshell, is one, we are going to establish an efficient system that, runs the activities of the government. And then we are going to put square pegs in square holes. Nigerians, Imolites, have talented individuals, the best all over the world. They are the ones who drive the transformation going on all over the world. In Europe, in America, go everywhere, you have Imo lights who are successes in their endeavors. These things they are doing outside the Imo should be done in Imo State. Our people should benefit from their talents. Our people should benefit from their expertise. But what is carrying them away is that there is no system. We need a system. The moment you have a system, the government will run itself. So things are going to be done in a proper way. I'm not here to criticize any
judging from the fact that two of you are coming from the diaspora, so you have seen how things are being done. You see how fair and simple things are, and everything. If they are giving you any job to do, you go out and do it. So you are going to use the experience to make sure that things work fine if you become the governor of Imo State.
Exactly.
Okay, the traditional institution in Imo State, how are you going to relate with them?
We're going to carry everybody along. First of all, we're going to make sure that teachers are being paid. Because that's where the problem starts. When you don't pay teachers, they will not be able to deliver the proper knowledge to the students. I'm going to make sure that students stay in the school to study. Our educational system is going to be the best because we lost it already. If you remember, the way we were treated when we were in school is different from right now what's going on. Students are not studying. They go and pay lecturers and it's just to pass them. It's not going to happen again. We're going to bring down the system whereby students will know that in the school. And when you go to work, you will now explode what you have learned from this institution.
What incentives do you have for the teachers to motivate them?
To motivate the teacher, we're going to engage them in training, workshops, conferences, whereby they are acquiring knowledge that they don't have. Bring that knowledge and give it to the students.
Are you going to invest in research technique, invest money so that teachers can make research and update themselves?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. They're going to engage in also technical trainings too, research work. Because if you don't know what you don't know, you cannot give the student what you don't know. Okay. You only give students exactly what you know, and you don't know everything. And the only way you can do that is to learn from people that are probably better than you and become your master too. Yes. So teachers will be taken care of. They'll get their pay. That's the most important thing. Teacher cannot be led to suffer.
Okay, you talk about establishing technical schools. Let's go back a little bit because most of the schools in Imo State are in deplorable conditions. Are we going to leave it that way and build a technical school, or are you going to put those dilapidated schools in order so that to make it a learning place?
What exactly we're going to do in this administration is not to leave any stone unturned. Any abandoned property that is relevant to people and the entire citizenry, we have to review them. We have to take care of that one first before going to a new project. A new project will be done if we really want it. Otherwise, all those abandoned property that are so dilapidated, we're going to rebuild them again.
Okay. Okay. When something is abandoned, somebody caused it. Somebody failed to do his or her duty very well. So are you going to look into who left this project abandoned and maybe what they use probe? Are you going to look into the previous administration and see their actions and inactions?
From the question they asked me before, I told you we're going to engage in a fairness, opportunity, and justice. Yeah. When we come to that, we'll be able to elaborate. But from this question now, see, there are things, Nigeria as a whole, we don't believe in maintenance culture. We have opportunity to build something, maintain it, and keep it for life. But, we have people who want to pull things down. If it doesn't go their own way, they move it around. That property will there. If it requires that we have to probe, we probe. It requires we have to, maybe there's a foundation problem, or there's something, wire problem, they will have to look into it. Why was it abandoned? When we discover why it was abandoned, hey, we take it up. Supposing somebody caused the abandonment and that person is dead, what can we do? We can't do anything.
He can prove that.
We can't go to the grave to prove it.
Okay. Like now, the pensioners in Imo State have been owed for months. Some of them have not received. Even some died while waiting for their pension. If you discover that somebody caused it and the person is still living, what action could you take?
First of all, the pensioners, I pity them. In honesty, I pity them. While I was home, I had a meeting with over 200 of them, and I really pity them. You can see that tears were coming out of from their eyes. And I really told them that you guys are going to be our priority once we get into the office. Like I always say, the first 100 days we're going to make impact in Imo State. We're going to put a smile in their faces. We're going to stay current on their payments. And then the arrears, we're going to have agreement on how we're going to pay them. Those of them that are dead, I'm sorry, there's nothing they can do. If the laws say that they're going to be a beneficiary for that, then we'll have to follow the law. But the law does not permit that, they will know that it's a loss. But somebody that have caused such pain, if he's still alive,
will not go scot-free.
You're still alive. We're going to bring that person to justice.
Okay, Mr. Frank, why is it that when people are asking for votes, they make so many promises, and when they get there, they tend to forget their promises and begin to do other things that are not relevant?
Because they are exploiting the defaults in the value system. Because they are exploiting the defaults in the power of discernment among the masses. Because they are exploiting the inadequacies in the society. Let me tell you something. Every leadership is the product of the society.
Yes.
Every leadership is a product of the society. So if you have a quality society, you get a quality leadership. I am not trying to demean the quality of our people. But what I'm saying is that we need to look out for people who are going to do the job. I don't believe if I'm seeking for your vote, I come and give you money. If I give you money for you to vote me, where do you expect me to get that money? And that means by the time I get into the office, I need to recoup my money. People sell, I've been around Nigerian politics for a long time. People sell their properties to vie for offices. People go to banks to borrow money to buy. It doesn't make sense to me. Because they know that by the time they give these people 2,000, 1,000, they will give them their votes. And they will give them fake promises. And then they will get into the office and recoup what they have spent.
Does it mean that we don't have sincere people vying these positions or going for these elective positions?
Every sincere people might not be as wealthy as those who are not sincere. That is the bottom line. That is a very significant issue we must consider. If you are sincere, if you are legit, if you earn your money legitimately, you can't share it the way people share money. Look at what happened in one of the primaries in Nigeria, where people were brandishing dollars, $4,000, $5,000. So if somebody gives you $5,000 for you to elect him, irrespective of his character, irrespective of his background, irrespective of his focus, irrespective of what he's going to do in the society, you have sold your conscience. You have mortgaged the benefit. You have mortgaged the prosperity of the coming generation.
And you don't have the moral right again to
And you don't have the moral right again to challenge the person.
If he's not doing the right thing.
Not, because you have already eaten your own share from him. You have already taken your own good road, good health, good education. You took it in advance.
Okay.
And
I'll come back to you, Mr. Frank. Like what your deputy said about sincere people not going into politics, maybe because of money. Do you think, because most party forms are so high, for you to pick a gubernatorial form from PDP or APC, you're going to cover like 5 million
More than that.
or more than that.
More.
Do you think that is part of the problem that deters some sincere people venturing into politics?
You know, in our land, we don't really care. We do things the way we want to do things. And one of the reasons why they raise the bar of this obtaining the form is to win some people away. Despite that, like he said, some people sell their property just to get a nomination form. And once you get it, your mind is, how am I going to get this money back? Because I want to buy that property back again. So you get into so many things by giving them fake promises. People intentionally give fake promises just to make people confident, when I get there, I'm going to take care of you. Look at it. For how long now? For all these promises have been flowing around, but nothing to show for it. And our people are still dying to vote for the wrong leadership just because of the little token. Hunger is actually killing our people because of hunger.
Is it part of the message you are sending to our
exactly.
people in this campaign?
Yeah.
That's the part of message.
That's a kind
My
of...
people, please, don't just go ahead and sell your soul because of little change. These people are deceiving you.
Okay, like your People's Redemption Party, how much is your form for governorship?
You want me to say that? You want me to say that?
Oh, okay. We are going to go on break. When we come back, we are going to talk about the relationship that will exist between you and your deputy,
Okay.
and other things will follow. Viewers, don't forget, I have the gubernatorial candidate, People's Redemption Party for Imo State, Dr. Chief Nat C. Oba, and his deputy, Mr. Frank Nemeka Ezendokwere. We're going to go on break now. When we come back, we are going to look at the relationship that will exist between the governor and the deputy. Don't go away.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Missionary Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Hello viewers, welcome back to Point Blank. My name is Kizito Osimnobi Ibe. Before we went on break, the governor-to-be of Imo State was saying something about this party politics, especially the form. But before we go back to that, I want to ask Mr. Frank, when we see in deputy governor relationship, especially when they get into office, they forget about the campaign promises, they sweep it under the carpet, and they begin to chase frivolities. Deputy and the governor is fighting. Before you know it, the House of Assembly is initiating an impeachment process. Is that what we're going to see, by God's grace, if you people become a governor and deputy next year?
Oh, no, no, it's not going to work like that. His Excellency is a man with a large heart. His Excellency is a man with vision. His Excellency is a man who accommodates. Nobody is perfect, but the moment you have a very large heart to accommodate certain inadequacies, things will work well. The Constitution is clear about the position of the governor and the deputy governor. And as enlightened men, when you stick to the tenets of the Constitution, you won't have the crisis, you won't have the conflict. He is my boss, he is my boss, and loyalty is what matters. Yeah. And teamwork. My duty is not to take his position. My duty is to support. If there are ideas I have, I need to give to him and say, look, His Excellency, look at this. We got to sit down and dissect it, evaluate it properly before he takes his decision. And that is, I think that works fine. He's a good man, and I'm privileged to work under him.
Yeah, Doc.
Yes.
You concur with what you said?
I really concur 100%. You know, I told you that what makes a good leader is when you surround yourself with people around you. People with a thinking faculty, people that can give you what it takes to move forward. My DG is somebody I can trust anytime, anywhere. He's very, very meticulous about things, especially when it comes to money, because what breaks people out is money.
Money, yeah.
And he does not spend money anyhow. I have tried him in so many ways. If Frank tells you, give me 1,000, I'm going to use it, that is the one thing, he's not going to add, he's not going to remove. And he will spend that money. I love him so much. He's my mentor. Even though I'm the boss, but he's my mentor. I didn't know him from Adam, but God brought him my way and he saw me say, yes, we are going. I will support you. Without acting like a typical Nigerian. Give me this or give me that. He opened his heart for me. He gave me everything he had. And he led me. Whatever I have now in politics, he gave it to me.
That's why I asked him that. It's like politics runs inside.
Seriously. When I was going to Nigeria, I felt like taking him. He said, go. Go. Whatever he did, just call me on the phone. And I was calling him on the phone. How do I do this? How do I do that? You can imagine educating me on the phone. How much more when we are together in the office. He will not like me to make any mistakes.
Okay, folks, I think the way you people have spoken is going to work well with you. But let me quickly ask you, what are your plans for the youth and the women in Imo State?
The youths. The youths are our priority. There are so many youths all over town not doing anything. There's a place Richard said built to call it Alaba Market. Why can we bring Alaba into Imo State?
What happened to our own natural market?
I'm telling you, why can't you call it Imo Market? Call it anything.
Yes.
My brother, when you get there, you see boys, young boys. I met a medical doctor. I said, driving there, pushing you. Can we fix your light? Can we fix your brake? Young boys, you'll cry. You shed tears. That's going to be our first point of call. We have a number of them not doing anything. We want to eradicate robbery in our system. We have to put these boys where they belong. You're not going to have somebody who read engineering and put him in the bank as a cashier.
No.
That is our system.
You're rendering him redundant.
Long leg is messing the whole system up. Because my brother is on top.
Yeah, therefore anything goes.
You read agriculture, supposed to work in the farm and develop farm. They say, come and work in the bank. What are going to be your inputs as a worker in the bank? You see, our youths, I'm telling you now, thank God that people are coming to redeem you. Imo State is going to be a state that people are going to jealous. We're going to make Imo State a little London, if not a little America.
I hope
We're
so.
going to start afresh and start cleaning up. Our young girls, oh my God, may God forgive people that on top. because they're so vulnerable, so many things going on. You know, I'm crying for Imo State, seriously. We're crying for them. But with the People's Redemption Party coming up, by the grace of God, we have the mandates, we have the support, we have all it takes to make our boys and young girls to go to their destination.
Okay, Mr. Frank, agriculture, like the governor said, the agriculture is one of the things Imo State is known for. Especially we have Adapan. I think Rocha Agriculture changed the name. I remember very well the day he visited here, he made a statement that why he decided to change the name, that because he know that anything called Ada does not grow. So I don't know where it has grown up to now, but what are your take on the agricultural aspect in Imo State?
In Imo State, God blessed us with arable land. God blessed us with fertile land. God blessed us with capable men and women who are energized enough to work on those fertile lands and then make out a living out of it. But the point is that the value system is wrong. The point is that there is no dignity in labor. The point is that everybody wants to work in the bank. So the moment they see you, what are you doing? Can I have your card? You say, no, I have a farm. I run a poultry farm. They will look down on you.
Shrink.
They will, did you go to school? The first question is, are you a graduate? So we must fix that. We need to reorientate our people on the need to scale our values very properly. In America here, a gate man is as equal in status as a member of the house.
Yes.
When they come to a mall to buy, they queue. So the fundamental problem is our value system. If you are a farmer, farm well. If you are a mechanic it well. If you are a teacher, teach well. And no profession looks down on the other. Because the life of a rich man is in the hands of the gate man.
Yes.
So if you look down on the gate man, you will now know that there will be a disjoint in the society.
Yes.
So we need to synchronize. We need to restructure the value system so that the gate man will be recognized to the extent that his psyche will be propped to the fact that he will be bold to say, look, I work as a security man.
Okay, yes, I like what you said there. Our value system is really, really bad. But do you think it's going to be an easy task because of the bottlenecks and the cogs in ways? You know, because when you clean the system, some people who have been benefiting from the bad system, do you think they will allow you to go smoothly?
Well, His Excellency has told me that a number of times, that we need to work on what he tagged the conspiracy of the elite. The problem in Nigerian system is the conspiracy of the elite. And what does the elite do? The elite creates, they operate on the philosophy of the Machiavellian.
Yeah.
The end justifies the means. Make them hungry, let them be poor, then manipulate them. That is the conspiracy of the elite. If you place a nomination form for governorship or even state houses of assembly at 3 million, do you expect a vibrant, newly graduated, intelligent young man to buy that form?
No.
It is the conspiracy of the elite.
You have the franchise.
Now, when you have 30 mobile policemen guiding you to scare away people you serve, people you lead, conspiracy of the elite. So His Excellency is determined to break the conspiracy of the elite. By the time we break the conspiracy of the elite and demystify governance, and the people will feel relaxed, we prop up their psyche, and you will find out that we have bundles of potentialities scattered all over.
Okay, Your Excellency, it's like you're the proponent of this conspiracy of the elite. Okay, let me come back to you. How do you intend to break this conspiracy of the elite? Because it's going to be an upheaval task.
Well, it's a very simple thing. People should be themselves. You know, don't be enticed with little gift and all this and all that. Be yourself. Conspiracy of the elites, we know that those of them that have it, they want to block for others not to have it. Like you said earlier, make them hungry, let them cry. Then when they're weak, you get what you want. It's as simple as that. But how I wish our people would know that they are being used
for so many years.
They are being used for so many years, and they cry. Their cry has gotten to God, and now redemption has come.
Okay, if your party did not have the majority in the state assembly, how would the relationship be between your administration and the state assembly?
Well, we're still going to work in cordial relationship. We're going to carry everybody along. We're not going to say because we are on top, then look down on other people. We're going to make sure that this is our own. Whatever we're doing for a common purpose. I'm not going to say because you're from PDP or you're from APC, therefore I'm going to relegate you. You're not a human being that we can work together. No, I'll listen to them, they'll listen to me. So we're going to carry everybody along and work in the community.
What if in a situation, now this is from your own perspective, what if in a situation that they don't want to listen to you because you are from a different party, or they are trying to either you cross-carpet to their party and then you people walk along, or because we see it, Hakim did it from APP, when he got the vote, he moved back to PDP. Rochas did it from Apuga, he go back to APC. So what if the pressure comes from the State Assembly that, look, we are not passing any of your bill, we are delaying your bills, anything you send to them, they're going to stampede it. So what action are you going to take?
That is why we don't move. That's why we can't grow. So what's the benefit? Because we're not in the same party, it's something that's going to benefit the masses, you put down on it. That is where we're lagging behind.
Yeah, which means our political culture has not grown to that level. Like what we are going to say in America 2019, the House is being controlled by Democrats, the Senate is being controlled by Republicans, but they can still work for the benefit of the country.
Exactly.
So are we hoping to see such thing between you and the State Assembly?
I believe so, and I appeal to them that let us work in one mind. It's as simple as that. But when we get to the river, we know how to cross it.
Do you have anything to contribute?
Not something very radically different from what His Excellency has said. But the fact is this, we need to have at the back of our mind that this is called to service. It is called, fundamentally, it is called to service. And we are going to introduce a new dimension in politicking. What is the new dimension? Whatever we're going to be discussing is going to be issue-based. When things are issue-based, we tend to see it from an objective perspective.
Okay. Your Excellency, are you going to be the second whipping governor after late Sam Mbakwe? Because the presidency belongs to another political party.
I don't know. I don't know yet. But we'll give it to our big brother, Sam Mbakwe. Yeah. He did a good job. Did he whip?
Because he was, go there, whether you are MP or not, I need my own share. I need to develop my state. So that's what we know him for, whipping governor. And that what made him to achieve greatness.
Well, if you call for me to whip, and for people to listen to me, you know, sometimes if you don't behave like a crazy man, they will not dig your wife.
Nobody will.
Look, for example, look at our airports. Nobody has thought about airport. Just we're talking about technical colleges. Our airport used to be international airport. Now it's a cargo airport. What an insult.
Yes.
That is another thing we're going to do to make sure we bring that our airport to become an international airport. Whatever it takes. I don't care who's on top there, whether it's APC or PDP or whoever they're going to be the governor. We have to demand our right and we're going to get it. So anything that we deserve that the federal government is supposed to give to us, we're going to be on it until we achieve it. If it's a cry, we'll cry.
If it is to...
Whatever it takes, as long as the indigenous of Imo State are happy, we must do it.
Okay, you talk about our airport. Yes, it's very disgusting that our airport that's supposed to be international airport is turned to cargo airport. We know the politics played over there, but if you can help our Imolites achieve this, I think it's something that they will quite appreciate. Oh, we talked about the airport. What of the rail transportation? The Uguta Lake needs to be dredged, and but all these are things that we do in Imo State, and it will create jobs, and it will incur money into the coffin of Imo State. So what are we going to do about the rail transportation?
You see, most of the things our former governments had done in the past were not properly evaluated. They were not properly evaluated. His Excellency is going to come, in anything we want to do, we need to bring experts to evaluate it. In the part of country we come from, we don't value consultants. We don't value consultants. We are going to make use of the consultants who will give us the best standard practices as things are done. If you want to do a railway system, make a comprehensive evaluation. You want to dredge and improve on Uguta Lake, make a comprehensive. We are not going to go into things blindly. This is an enlightened administration. This is an administration who wants to translate what the experience he has garnered here back home. He has seen things work here. Wonderful environment, good health system, good education, good transportation. If it can happen here, why can't it happen in our place? So I am grateful to His Excellency for leaving his comfort zone. It's a sacrificial service he's going to do. And what is he going to do? He's compassionate about translating his experience, what is obtainable here, down there. We have the capacity, we have the manpower, we have the mental capability, we have the resources to do it. So all we need to do the right thing.
Okay, Your Excellency, how are you doing about the security issue? Now I know the campaign will soon start, and you know what I'm talking about. So what about your security?
God is our security first.
I know.
Yeah, God is going to lead us. And I believe that when your hearts are clean, when your hearts are free, nothing's going to happen to you. And when evil ones come to attack you, there was always a way for God to save you. Okay. In our campaign, we're not going to attack anybody. We're not going to put anybody down. Our mission is to tell the indigenes what we have for them, what we can do for them, how their life is going to change, and we're going to deliver. We're not going to give them any fake promises. We're not going there to distribute money. We're not going there to distribute a bag of rice or material things. We're going to give it indigenes. We are trying to build a legacy for the people coming, the generation to come.
Okay. What is the economic blueprint of this administration if you take power in 2019?
Like His Excellency said before now, the campaign has not opened. They have not lifted the ban on the campaign. But suffice it is to say that job creation is central, because the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yeah. When you get the youth, the women engaged, when they have a source of income that cater for their needs and their family needs, you see the society move. So centrally, our economic blueprint will be based on job and then infrastructure that triggers economic development. The government has no business in going to build industries. What are we going to do? Let's put these infrastructures and then put a good economic policy framework that will attract investors. That is it. It's not a science rocket.
Yeah, that brings me to the next questions. How are you going to make Imo State very conducive for outside investors? What are the things that people will now look at? They say, oh, I need to go there and invest.
We have to, like you said, job creation, infrastructure, industries, and just for example, you see, we have, do you know we have a seaport in Imo State? You know we have a seaport? It's just because of wickedness of the leaders. They don't want to develop the seaport. If we can develop our seaport and goods are coming in, people are manufacturing something and the goods are coming in direct into the states. Also, they're going to bring investors into this city. When we produce a company that's going to manufacture goods and export and imports, they're going to produce visitors into our city. Right now, we're negotiating something that's going to benefit the entire Imo State. And what is our strategy to make sure that when people hear about Imo State, they will say, let me go there. We say we're not going to sign any contract until you agree with us that you're going to bring that your industry into the city of Imo State, whereby our people will get employment and they will continue to pay taxes to the government at the same time. If you agree to that, we'll put our pen because we know where we're going. These are the things that all these leaders, they already know. Instead, they'll spend money and buy goods and come back here to sell for us. We want to bring industry and use their expertise to train our people and manufacture those goods, whereby it will benefit Imo State and outside Imo State.
Okay, Mr. Frank, we talk about the seaport, like the Excellency mentioned, the airport, Uguta Lake. Do you think that there is no grand plan to not to do all these things so that it will not benefit Imo? Because when we have a seaport, we dredge the Uguta Lake, most of our commercial guys will ship their goods through the seaport and then money start coming in. Do you think there is no grand plan from the top to sideline Imo State so that we will not benefit from all this infrastructure if developed?
Well, I don't believe Imo State is targeted to be sidelined because we can look inwards and generate the revenue we need to run our state. Over-dependence on oil, over-dependence on the federal allocation is stunting our ability to cultivate our initiative and develop. Do you understand what I mean? There is no state in Nigeria that is not capable somehow of sustaining themselves. Before now, before the discovery of oil, the regions were doing well. The Southwest was prospering with their cocoa, and then the granite pyramids and the palm oil in the Southeast. All these we have. But it is now convenient for a governor to sit down and wait until the Commissioner for Finance goes for Jack in federal in Abuja to get the money, and then they put it on the table and share. Our leaders are not committed to development. Check when they build their own personal estates, house. Go and look at what they do. Because they have the sense of aesthetics and quality. But when they want to build something for government, for the public, they reduce the standard. So you will find out that these people are intelligent. They actually know what they are doing. But because we have a weak society, a docile society, a society that cannot stand up to challenge the leaders and seek for accountability. The beauty of democracy, thank God, is that it is a periodic thing.
Of course.
It's a periodic thing. But what do they do again? They know it is a periodic thing. So the moment they get into office, they start piling money for the next election. Tell me what a governor will be doing in Abuja with over 1 billion naira.
That is people's money.
People's money in a useless venture that will not benefit the state. That will not benefit the state. And people are spending millions of dollars seeking for mandate for their cronies. We need to change the society. We need to move forward. We need to get people involved that this governance is our collective responsibility.
Okay, Mr. Frank. We don't have much time again, but Your Excellency, what is your appeal to Imo people?
My appeal to Imo people is for them to use their conscience and choose the right person to lead them. There are so many of us going for the same position. I've said it, election this year is not by name or by party name. It's going to be by character and dignity. Use your conscience, use your mind, see who's going to help you, and for you to enjoy the resources of the land.
Mr. Frank, what do you appeal to Imolites?
Our appeal is that they will need to join this political crusade. What we are going to do is a political crusade. Let them join so that we can reclaim and redeem our battered socio-political society.
Okay, thank you guys. We're going to draw the curtain here. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Natsi Oba, for making our time to come to the studio. We wish you well, and knowing when you climb the throne, you still come back here to share the victory with us. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Frank, I want to thank you also for making our time. We have reached from your weight of experience, and we with you too. And as you promised, you're going to have a harmonious working relationship with your government. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello viewers, we have come to the end of this week's edition of Point Blank. I have with me the gubernatorial candidate for People's Redemption Party in Imo State, Dr. Natsi Oba, and his deputy, Mr. Frank Nnaemeka Ezendokwere. We have talked so much. They have promised us this is not going to be a money bag politics. Like the Excellency said, it's going to be about character and integrity. Until next week, when we're going to meet again, I am Kizito Osimnobi Ibe, thanking you for watching. Bye-bye.